important. When you join politics, you must believe in teamwork, because it's not about an individual anymore. It's not about you performing and you running on your own. You need the help of your colleagues, and you need the help of other people, and that's why working as a team is crucial, and that's why I believe that leadership must take place. I was practicing law for 3 years before I ventured into events management, and then when 2008 came, there was an opportunity for me to run as the state assemblyman candidate for Subang Jaya, and just 1 year prior to the general elections, I had joined DAP together with my friend, who is now my political secretary, Edward Lim. Edward spoke to me about how important it is for good people to enter politics and to fight corruption in the system. And with his advice, we both registered ourselves as a voter for the first time in 2007. And then subsequently we joined DAP together with Tony Hua at the Damansara branch. Why DAP? I believe that it is the most consistent party and an established opposition party up to that time. And I believe in the senior leaders, people like Kit Siam, Kapao Singh. They were household names. Even back then, when I knew nothing about politics, we all knew who Kapao Singh and Kit Siam were at the time. So that up to now, no regret in joining DAP. I still believe it is the best party in Malaysia, and I believe in the central leadership. I believe in the senior leaders, and there are enough good people who can make a stand and continue to make that consistent stand within the party. So I'm happy with DAP. We sought the advice of my father-in-law and my father. Both are businessmen, and both of them did not hesitate for even a second in giving their blessing for me to run as the candidate for Subang Jaya. And for that I'm very thankful that I have supportive parents and in-laws who encourage both my husband and I to actually venture into politics if we believe in that being the right thing to do for our country, and no regret ever since then. Not everybody from my extended family are pro-opposition. I have members of the family from MCA and from other parties within the Barisan Nasional. So it's very interesting every time we have reunion. Every time we talk about politics, it can become quite intense at the family table. Why Subang Jaya? I grew up in Subang Jaya, and I spent almost all my life here. Ever since kindergarten, I've been familiar with the Subang Jaya area, and being a local girl, you become more passionate about the issues that you champion here. And it is my backyard, it is my hometown. So there's no other place I would like to represent other than Subang Jaya. I had mixed emotion when we were told of the results, unofficial results, coming from people and coming from volunteers, and they say response is pretty good. And I remember at the counting center at the land office that when we were declared a winner, I had mixed emotion, because I knew then that my life would change drastically. I would become a public figure, and I can't go back to my ordinary normal life prior to politics. At the same time, also a bit of excitement knowing that we have just won, and won so huge in Selangor that we became a state government. So mixed emotions during that time. We didn't know the official results But I remember at about 7 p.m., Edward Ling, my political secretary, started dressing up and putting on his fine clothes. He said, "We're going to party because I think we're going to win." So when I saw the confidence on his face, and that gave me a bit of confidence as well. And people were calling, and unofficial news were being released. So we officially obtained the news in the center. Majority here are Chinese, followed by the Malays and Indians. We have about more than 50% Chinese, 31% Malays, and then the balance are Indians and also other races. Most of the complaints in Subang Jaya are related to the local council and PSJ, and because people are not really aware of the jurisdiction, who should they turn to when they are faced with problems dealing with local council, and they're so used to going to the assemblyman then who was also an MPSJ councillor, so they were a bit confused. And so I spent a lot of my times having residents come into my service centre, and also when I go down to the site, a lot of issues are actually related to MPSJ on rubbish collection, traffic jam, pollution, development issues. These are core issues in Subang Jaya. If there's one happy moment closest to March 2008, I would have to say that it must be the Cebu by-election. I remember when we received the news that Ho Ling has just won the seat. That joy was really similar to March 2008. That was a happy moment. Other happy moments are when I actually encounter children, and children come up to me and say, "You are Hannah Yeoh," and they recognize me. To me, that gives me a lot of hope. And reminder that they are the people that I'm actually fighting for, because as adults sometimes we can become so easily disillusioned with what we read in the news, and we lose that sense of hope that children have, and dealing with children, that really is a good reminder for me as to why I'm in politics. Sometimes I'm at public places and I encounter some very rude people who really don't care about courtesy, or they just don't care about anyone who's around them, and they just scold you in public, and that can be quite humiliating, especially when they are not aware of the issues and the jurisdictions involved, and they don't understand the limitations, and they scream and shout at you. To me, at that moment, I have to make a conscious decision to forget about that incident and move on, because if I take every incident like this personally, it would be hard to sleep and hard to move on and focus on other bigger things that I need to focus on. For the next election and for the seats, I really believe that this is entirely up to the DAP leadership, and I leave it to them. They will know best which seat I should be given to run, and I don't know the answer yet. I really leave it to the party's decision. Ever since the 2008 election, people are suddenly aware that the opposition may actually govern and win huge enough to govern, and because of that, everybody now wants to be a candidate. And not just within the party, even from outside, you have new parties being set up. Independent candidates will contest. So you can imagine if everybody wants to have their wish fulfilled, it can be pretty chaotic. And I believe in some form of order, and that's why the central leadership is important. It's hard to say, it's hard to predict, and the odds are against us when you look at resources and you look at in terms of publicity and reaching the rural seats. The odds are definitely against us. Probably 50-50, and we will definitely need divine intervention.
Resident of USJ2.
Okay.
Yes.
So far, are you happy with the adult Hannah Yeoh?
Oh, am I happy? I'm not the only one happy, but everyone is happy.
Is it?
Yes.
What makes you all happy about her service?
Well, the way she conduct herself, she always go down to the bottom, to the poor and all these things. Whenever we got any problem, we come to her, she solve the problem for us.
Can you give me a specific incident?
Okay, at one time when this one poor family from Sabah, and she called us up whether we could give us some help to sponsor food to that family, and then we did that for 6 months. 6 months we did that. We pay for the food and all these things, and it is through her that we went to do all this community work.
Will you be voting for her again the coming G?
Oh, definitely.
You're a resident of Subang Jaya.
Yeah, USJ too.
Let me hear from the horse's mouth. Are you happy with your underling?
Very happy.
Can you give me a reason why?
She is a kind of a down-to-earth person. She comes right down to the people where the problem is. Every time we come here, we are from the Rukun Tetangga USJ too. And every time we approach her, she gets things done very fast.
Can you tell me something you don't like about her?
I don't think there's anything that I don't like about her. No,
So will you be voting for her again?
I suppose so.
She is always there when we got event. She'll be there. She always support our event.
There was no Rukun Tetangga event without her coming in. Every time there is an event that we run, she's there, readily available.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Previously, I was an intern with Yeoh, so I followed her around for about 2 months, and I really liked my job, so I came here to volunteer every Thursday night, mostly attending to residents of Subang Jaya where they come and complain. I would register them and attend to their problems before I refer them to Hannah. We are not paid, and we are very happy to serve the people. We want to do this. It's very satisfying, and I've always wanted to give back to my community, so I guess this is the area I can.
I'm an intern / volunteer. Basically, I do all sorts of jobs. I follow Hannah around and see what she does for the people, and I pick up her methods of helping the people. And aside from that, I do the filing, and I handle perhaps various schemes set up by the government. Well, my personal reason is definitely to learn, because I think that my experiences here have really empowered me and give me the knowledge to actually understand politics in Malaysia and the local community at a much higher level.
Tonight was actually just one of my rare occasions. I don't come in often. I usually come in first week of the month. But I actually volunteered to help Hannah with voter registrations, more because one of the staff is an ARO. So I do voter registrations on a volunteer basis, as well as initiate voter registration drives. Yeah. I think more than just learning so much more for people who have experience in this area. I'm an aspiring clinical psychologist as well, and I feel that as a clinical psychologist I need to be a social advocate. So this is just part of my learning experience. Because I work with Hannah for an event, so I got to know her more closely, and subsequently I just came in because I believe in what she does, and I think she's doing a great job. So I just want to lend some support.
I don't think I can pick anything that I don't like about her. Well, in the first place, working with her, I've learned that I shouldn't be quick to judge people. So that's one of the qualities that I've learned from her, not to pick out negative points about people. So yeah, that's what I am.
I think young people should be involved in politics. Even if they don't be a politician, I think they should be aware of what's happening in this country. If not now, then I think we will lose out on a whole chunk of nation building.
I definitely agree with Jocelyn that we should always be involved in politics. So it's very important to participate in life, participate in giving back to society. I think that's very important for us as human beings.